Namaste Javins, myself Javin Dr. Barkha Khurana. Today in human physiology, we will be talking about histology of male reproductive organs. The male reproductive system is composed of testes, genital ducts, accessory glands, and the penis. The dual function of testes is to produce spermatozoa and the hormones. The spermatozoa and the secretions of the genital ducts and accessory glands make up the semen, and the word semen is derived from Latin meaning seed. Testosterone is the main hormone produced in the testes. Both testosterone and one of its metabolites, dihydrotestosterone, are necessary for the physiology of men. Now we'll talk about the histology of testes. Each testis is surrounded by a thick capsule of dense connective tissue known as tunica vaginalis. Tunica albuginea is thickened on the posterior surface of the testis to form mediastinum testis, from which fibrous septa penetrate the gland, dividing it into 250 pyramidal compartments called the testicular lobules. These septa are incomplete, and there is frequent intercommunication between the lobules. Each lobule is occupied by 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules. The interstitial cells are also known as Leydig cells. The seminiferous tubules produce male reproductive cells, the spermatozoa. Here you can see the diagram. The seminiferous tubules are 250 to 1000 in number. The combined length of the tubules of one testis is about 250 meters. The tubules are convoluted and have the form of loops at whose ends the lumen narrows and continues in short segments known as straight tubules or tubuli recti. These tubules connect the seminiferous tubules to an anastomosing labyrinth of epithelium-lined cells, the rete testis. The seminiferous tubules are lined with a complex stratified epithelium called germinal or seminiferous epithelium. Here is the diagram. Their outer wall is surrounded by a well-defined basal lamina and a fibrous connective tissue consisting of several layers of fibroblast. The innermost layer, adhering to the basal lamina, consists of flattened myoid cells. The seminiferous epithelium consists of two types of cells, sertoli or supporting cells, and the cells that constitute the spermatogenic lineage. The sertoli cells are important for the function of testis. These cells are elongated pyramidal cells that partially envelop cells of the spermatogenic lineage. Next is ductus or vas deferens. From the epididymis, the ductus or vas deferens is a straight tube with a thick muscular wall continues towards the prostatic urethra and empties into it. It is characterized by a narrow lumen and a mucosa with longitudinal folds covered along most of its extent by pseudostratified columnar epithelium with stereocilia. Here is the diagram. The lamina propria is rich in elastic fibers, and the thick muscular layer consists of longitudinal inner and outer layers separated by a circular layer. This is the diagram. Here you can see the smooth muscles, connective tissue. The ductus deferens forms part of the spermatic cord, which includes testicular artery, the pampiniform plexus, and the nerves. Next are the accessory genital glands. They are seminal vesicles, prostate, and bulbourethral glands. The seminal vessels consist of two highly tortuous tubules of about 15 centimeters in length. It has a folded mucosa that is lined with cuboidal or pseudostratified columnar epithelium rich in secreted granules. Next, we'll talk about prostate, which is a collection of 30 to 50 branched tubulo-alveolar glands. The prostate has three zones. The central zone occupies 25% of gland's volume. 70% of gland is formed of peripheral zone, which is a major site of prostatic cancer. And the third zone is transition zone. It is of medical importance because it is the site at which most benign prostatic hyperplasia originates. Here you can see the diagram of the cells. The tubulo-alveolar glands of the prostate are formed by cuboidal or columnar pseudostratified epithelium. Next is penis. The main components of penis are three cylindrical masses of erectile tissue plus the urethra surrounded by skin. Most of the penile urethra is lined with pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. In the glans penis, it becomes stratified squamous epithelium. The mucus-secreting glands of litter are found throughout the length of penile urethra. So this is all in the histology of male reproductive organs. I hope you understood this session. And if you have any doubts, you can post a comment. This session is Pharma Digital 2.0 version of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women University. Thank you.